You working today?
No, I have to move some stuff into my storage. I'm getting a little crowded in my house and put some stuff into storage. And
Okay.
tomorrow I have the doctor's appointment.
Okay. Tell me about that if you don't mind.
But okay, tomorrow the doctor's appointment you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go see an oncologist, cancer
Mm-hmm.
specialist,
Mm-hmm.
and they did a PET scan on me.
Okay.
About uh, early June, and
Mm-hmm.
fortunately, the cancer has not spread to like my lungs or to my
Mm.
brain or anything like that.
Okay.
But I have to, it has spread to my pelvis area, and I got what they call a noodle.
Okay.
And the only way to handle that is through radiation therapy.
Okay. Got it. So I mentioned about some alternative healing. I'll kind of share with you a little bit as well.
Sure.
The reason I came about this was because my mom has breast cancer, and she
Yeah.
has breast cancer since 2015, 16, and it was a third stage at the time.
Yeah.
Um, so she was able to do all chemo and all that for all this time. However, they switched doctor for her, and then
Mm-hmm.
sh and then somehow the second doctor wasn't, I guess wasn't have any much experience, or was have a different treatment, or I would say now, to, looking back, different motive.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so towards her end of her journey of life, I was seeking. Okay, I was seeking alternative healings for her,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I couldn't find it because at the time the time frame is too short, and at the same time I was looking uh, external, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that alternative healing that I'm looking for, it came to me after she passed. It just
Yeah.
came to me. I'm not even looking for it anymore. It just came to me, and it's been 2 years, almost 3 years, and
Yeah.
it's. I'm just gonna share a little bit with you. It's called. It's more like an internal healing, not external. So I'm sure you heard of cause and effect, and a lot of things that we have cancer or some sort of disease is because trauma, and it's because how we consume our food and drinks and
Yeah.
our lives and everything. And chemo and all those mainstream treatments are curing the symptoms. You know what I mean? But the root cause is
Yes.
inside of us. And I know why my mom's root cause is, all these years that she has different stress and different trauma and different difficulty in life. That's why I'm gonna share this with you.
Okay.
Just you can accept it or not. It doesn't bother me. It just I just feel that the need I need to share with you as a friend. Otherwise, I'm not a good friend. You know what I mean? So that's why the reason I want to share this with you. And so I'm not stopping you to go see those treatments or whatnot,
Yeah.
but then, I really kind of see my mom's journey, and I know there's alternative way, and not, and also one of our close friend in California, he also just passed for lung cancer, and he doesn't even smoke.
Yeah.
Those they categorize why you have certain disease is because of this and that, but he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't smoke, and he doesn't
Yeah.
really drink too. So
Yeah.
that's why I seriously believe disease or a cancer is caused from inner. and that's more like, I'm sure you heard of PTSD as well, and those are caused from stress, from
Yeah.
trauma, and sometimes this trauma is came from all the way when we were in the childhood, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So so I want to share this with you. I can help you. Sometimes it's not particular way or anything like that. It's just more of you aware of your stress, headache, your discomfort,
Yeah.
because it's all about energy as well. Because when you first come in, when your video first came pop up just now, I can sense you're under very heavy stress.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, see? And this is accumulation. It's not just today, it's just not right now at the moment. It just accumulate from, so the alternative healing principle is for you, okay, or someone like me can help you to find where it is and then work from there, reverse engineer to see how we can fix that internal.
Okay. Great.
Does that make sense?
It does. Makes all the sense in the world. I can use all the advice I'm open to. I mean,
Good. Yeah, sometimes even let's say because us trans people, it's about also about energy because everyone, not just trans people, everyone has a muscular and a feminine energy supposedly, but we are living in a very muscular society right now.
yeah.
And that's another reason is because it's not balanced within us. You know what I mean? So so let's use myself as an example. Before when I before I transitioned, I wasn't happy. I wasn't doing anything what you see right now. It's totally opposite. But once I let the energy of the phenomenon just let it flow, then
Yeah.
everything makes sense, right? External, internal, it kind of align together, and so I'm I know a lot of disease came from that because the energy is trapped inside our body, and that's why the body is react to imbalance. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes, well, I'm sure you expose yourself to a lot of Asian cultures. Asian
Yeah.
culture has a lot of maybe like martial art. It's also
Yeah.
blend into that. And if you look at Japan, Japan has a lot of philosophy behind that as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
a lot of Japanese culture is also very muscular because the samurai, those
Yeah.
the sword and all that.
Right now, like I said, I can approach this two different ways. Through the medical,
Yeah.
through what the doctors tell me to do, and what you help with, and you spiritually. I can tell you. There are times when stress free, like when we were together at that sushi restaurant.
Mm,
I felt like I knew you for years. I mean, I just we
yes.
about real good about being a friend with you and everything.
Okay.
Or when I go to Japan. I've been there twice, and I'm gonna go back again. I'm really relaxed over there because people are so respectful and everything. So
Okay. Got it. So my first question for you, because we're trying to work this through your inner self, inner energy. So do you feel people are disrespect you right now or in the past?
I I think, oh, absolutely. Um,
Um, can you kind of name some examples?
okay.
Maybe just one.
Um, this goes back to my parents. Um,
Yes.
I had, I struggled in early school. Ended up doing okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll give you an example. A
Okay.
few years ago, when I was, married with my son and everything.
Mhm.
I told my dad, I go, this is where he was going to come watch him play soccer. So I drove by the field. I said, this is where it is. And for some reason, they went, her and my dad, my mom went somewhere else.
Mm.
And I said, you didn't pay attention to a word I said, did you? That's how you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this goes back to my early childhood. Now I always feel a little bit like looking over my shoulder um,
Mm.
every time.
Mhm. So so I kind of sense that you feel first you feel neglect from your parents and maybe you feel
Yeah,
you're not enough as a
yeah,
person. Yes. So
yeah,
this might be part of the, energy trap inside of you. And that's why maybe when you met a person, a good friends, and maybe they listen or they make you feel like like at least another friend, then you kind of
yeah,
enjoy that moment, right? Does that make sense?
yeah.
So do you have a lot of people counter what you just said right now? Can be from work or family. How about your family?
Uh, um, not really family. From work, yeah, I have a few. Um, but also, and it's been a long time since I went out, but
Uh,
I always, I'm like a different person. I'm completely open and I have fun and everything. I feel like those, people like yourself respect me. You know what I'm saying?
yes, of course. So you wanna, so you part of you wanna express yourself as correct,
Yes,
and you
yes.
couldn't. And what's the reason is stopping you to do that?
Well, here's the thing. I've been at this job for a long time, the one I have right now, and I'm just nervous about using the women's restroom with women that I've worked with for 20 years.
Hmm.
That's one of the reasons right there.
So so your desire is you want
Yeah.
to express at work. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have you spoke, expressed this part to anybody, any of your coworker at all?
A few of them. Yeah. The
Okay.
ones who once the there's like three of them, and they're all women,
Okay.
and they're all lesbians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're supported and
Yeah. Very supportive.
okay. So so you cannot do that is because what the upper management not does not allow
Well,
that.
it's not so much. I've talked to human resources,
Hmm. What do
and
they
she
say?
she says support. I'm just nervous about how I make other. Let's say they know me as there.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Uh, so let's say I go in and use their restroom.
Mm,
That might make them a little uneasy. It's out of respect to the women mainly.
mm.
That's pretty much why I do it. I'm going to be retiring shortly, so I'm just
Yeah. So let me ask you about the restroom. So is the restroom you guys have your own restroom for employees, right?
yes.
And the reason you think they might not feel comfortable, does anybody express that way or you just assume?
More assumed than anything else.
Okay, see, so what if we're, you know, we're just talking about it's part of you what you just shared with me because coming from a childhood and then now you want to desire to express this part of you, but you are kind of have a fear and you're assuming that people might not like it. But
Yeah.
you don't know, right? You were just assuming. What if you start thinking they'll be comfortable? Can you do that? Imagine. Can you starting maybe imagine you went to work as and they use bathroom and they're okay with it? Is it a shared bathroom? There's many rooms, right? It's not one toilets?
Oh yeah, many rooms.
Okay. So can you maybe imagine that you one day, before you retire, you go as a kid and then you use bathroom and nobody is worry about it. Can
Yeah,
you imagine that?
I can't imagine that right
You
now.
cannot
No,
imagine that. Okay.
no, I can.
Not right now, but down maybe tonight when you go to sleep, do you think you can do that?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not talking about you imagine like a long thing, but we all watch movies, right?
yeah,
So if you just think about your favorite movie, can you think about a scene in your head right now? Yes, you can, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so just something like that. Maybe it's just a flash. You don't have
Okay.
to, you know, it just flash. What does she look like? What does she dress like? And who, walking down I guess the aisle to the restroom. And
Hmm.
who do you encounter when you walk there? And when you open the bathroom door, who's in there? You see?
Yeah,
And then you say there's three ladies, maybe put one of the lady in the bathroom. When you open the door and she's in there, what does she say to you?
yeah.
See? That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So next time when we get a chance to talk, I want you to share with me what do you imagine in this little part of you going to the bathroom as to the work before you retire.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Yeah, so that I think that will that will really change you a little bit because I myself I'm like you because when I grow up I'm not good at school. Everybody is thinking I'm not gonna be doing well or anything like that. But then,
Hmm.
again, I changed my identity, literally
Yeah.
changed my identity. But then, and everything changed as well. So if you can change your story, your identity, then it will slowly change everything and including your health at the same
Okay.
time. Yeah.